Sawa, bora ishara ionekane.
Tupige vizuri.
Tukana tukadukua gani tukapona.
Fanya practice.
Waziri, watu wengi walikufuata huko kupanda miti mzee kusini ya Julijeke.
We have seen all constituencies. Every CDF has been having 2% to be going into environmental work. We have never seen that. So perhaps, is it now, is this could also be abused, the way that has been abused. So if the president defined that, we would want to see a formula or a framework. How is it going to be implemented in practice? Because you know MPs are politicians, like some of us are. Sometimes we are technical and political, but at the end of the day, we need to see really that happening. It's a very good idea because you know constituency and the ward are the smallest unit of governance. So, and even implementation of any project, that is where we are calling indeed the really devolution, bottom up. And so if it is really applied well, and there are two ways which it can be applied. First and foremost, the government has really deliberately established very robust framework at the national level. The Financing Local Land Climate Action framework, which has got a system from national level to county level to ward level. So they have committees. So if this CDF, the 5%, is directed towards that framework because maybe let's say each constituency has 5 wards. So if it can follow like those 5 ward committees, because they belong to the MP, and they can sit with those ones instead of going now to establish their own again systems, which makes it very complicated, then it can work very well. So that system, they can adopt that system, and it can work. The other system, because majority of the and the CDF is majorly security and education, so they can also use the provincial administration system, which is again there is the Nyumba Kumi system, which can be directed to do that. But again, so the provincial administration can be very easily do that. But there is the other most appropriate, the 4K clubs, small children in schools, in primary schools, because the 4K clubs have been revived. If we can adopt every school, because CDF goes to when they are constructing classes or repairing, they ensure that that is done. Part of the repair work is now that rehabilitation and the tree planting. Activating those clubs, I can assure you we are going to achieve that. So it is, the only thing is if it is abused, then it will be another lost opportunity. People really organize themselves. And the best in the forest sector is the community forest associations. But you find that most of them are not sustainable. They are not sustainable because they cannot sustain themselves. If we can turn those groups in sustainability, introducing non-forest non-tree benefits, you know, incentives for this. For instance, is there a way you can incentivize them and promote them and introduce other economic activities, alternatives, which can really help those people so that now they are able to stand the test of time and they see they see themselves while they are promoting trees and nurseries. They can also gain have some other gainful, you know, activities to support their livelihoods. So these are, we have got models for that, including introducing them to savings and credit, where you can use that in nursery of yours, or if you have a nursery, you can get supported and you can get a guarantee of those nurseries, those trees, and you can get money out of them and pay your school fees for your children. That is one. The only problem, when there were these trees being planted, I was really disappointed because the minister said, well, we do not have money to pay for trees. So wherever they were getting the trees, I don't believe with the magnitude of how what was being done, all the trees, the Kenya Forest Service could provide that amount of the number of trees which were required.